As we continue to move on in the Open Invoice Report, one of the common areas that might show is some small dollar amounts like minus a penny or plus a penny or something like that, some small amounts. Now, the first thing that has to be done is to verify whether or not in the management system it has the same information. Because there's two ways to fix this. If it is the same information in the management system, we need to begin with the management system to correct it. If it is not the same as the management system and it might be due to sales tax rounding, then we will fix it differently inside of QuickBooks only. So the first thing we want to do is go look at this repair order 14470, and in this case we've got it up 14470. Open this up. And we go to receipts. And in receipts, it's also got a -1. So we always want to start in the management system if they both correspond together the same. Now, I do want to take just a minute to talk a little bit about what easiest way to do this once the Open Invoice Report is cleaned out and then you're keeping it current, is to actually use the accounting section in the CCC and going to accounts receivable. And if we look at 14474, we move down, you'll notice that, let's make sure that it's 14470. And you'll notice that this one also shows that it is a penny off. So once this is cleaned up, this is a real valuable and easier way to do this, because all we have to do to fix this now, instead of actually having to find the RO and open it up, is we just click on this line and we say new receipt. So instead of having to wait to open up everything and go into the receipt and everything, we can just go and put this in as overpayment keep. You're not going to be sending the penny back to the insurance company. You do have to pay attention to which it's either the insurance or the customer that actually has the overpayment. And in this case, it's the insurance. So we want to make sure we check the radio button for insurance. And at this point in time, this repair order was out on 10/20. So that's the date I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to put this in as 10/20. And now, because it's an overpayment keep, we have to actually type this in as a negative number. So, unfortunately, what you have to do when you do pennies, if it's below $1, you actually have to put a 0.01. Otherwise, if you'll notice that if I just start out going 0.01, when I do that, it's going to default to $1, and then it's going to be incorrect. So if I want to do this correctly, I have to put 0.01, and now it will keep as a penny. Now that when I save and close this, that particular accounts receivable is going to disappear off the list. And again, this is a much quicker way of doing this if in fact we keep this list up to date and clean. So now, because we have actually sent that over, or we actually set it to come over, we want to actually export this to accounting. And if we hit next, we're going to have the one receipt. And then we're going to hit send. And as it's sending, if there's no error messages, what you're going to notice in QuickBooks now is that that general journal entry came from CCC and has already made these two back to 0. But again, we have to clean this out. This is the most common thing you do every day or every few days. You go in and make sure that the payments are applied. So in this case, we want to apply that penny. We hit save and close, and this transaction is gone.